What inspired me is working with, well, being a licensed cosmetologist, working with young women and women. I noticed that I had a passion to not just do hair, but to also work with young women and help encourage them, motivate them, uplift them. That's what a lot of our conversations took place in the salon, and I would have these thoughts about it, and it would be something that just wouldn't go away. So I kept on thinking and thinking and thinking about what can I do outside of the salon to make a difference in my community. And I didn't come up with ABGS right away. I just pretty much started doing the footwork, and as time went on, things just started to come together. So all in all, what inspired me is working with young women in the salon doing their hair, and listening to the conversations that we would have, and I saw a need in my community. ABG has been in existence now for almost 2 years. It's been 15 months, I would say. It's been about 15 months that we have been existed, and we have done we have done 2 summits, and we're on our way to our 3rd summit. So I'm excited about that. So yes, that's how long A Baltimore Girl Story, that's what ABGS stands for, because I know people probably wondering what does ABGS stand for. So it's A Baltimore's Girl Story. It has grown tremendously. We went from our first summit, which was over 100 people that came out and supported, and we also had professional hair, makeup, and nail techs come out to provide their services as well. And now that we're on our 3rd summit, we're expecting to have over 200 people. That's what I'm going for, over 200 people. So it has grown tremendously in such short period of time. Like 15 months is not long. So that goes to show you that we're staying innovative, productive, and we're just keep going with the flow. We are triannual, so it's like every 3 months or every 4 months, we're always going to bring forth a lot of resources for our young women in our community and their families as well. So that's kind of what separates A Baltimore Girl Story from, other people that's in our community that's also making a change, is we're trying to engage more with their family as well as, the young people as well. Hello everyone, my name is Yalmikia Edmonds, the CEO and founder of A Baltimore Girl Story, #ABGS. And here we have my partners, my lovely partners, Stacy and Sarah. My role for ABGS is to show up. I want to be clear and make sure that the young women and their families in our community have access to what's out here in the world. And I'm going to make sure and do my part. I believe that's a part of my purpose. So I want us to also have access as well. In order for them to have access, we have to have access. And we're going to provide that and bring them forward.
Thanks, Mika. I'm Stacy. I'm the Director of Programming and Community Outreach. A good way to think about what I do for A Baltimore Girl Story is I help organize our summits, making sure that we have dynamic programming for young women and also for their family members who join them. I really am invested in making sure our programming is very interactive and that everyone who comes can leave with something in their pocket. So a good thing to think about what I do is I put together some tools for the toolbox at every summit, and I make sure that our participants are happy and engaged and find what we're providing them useful.
My name is Sarah Wallace, and I am the Director of Operations for A Baltimore Girl Story. In so many words, what I do is make sure that everything is connected and everyone stays focused and on task. So if it's an email or a letter or anything to make sure that we can stay conducive and productive, that's what my job is. And I'm so happy to be a part of the team.
My shero, I would have to say, is Beyonce. I don't even have to say why, because y'all already know.
Sarah, who's your shero?
My shero is my mom.
Aww.
And the reason why my mom is my shero is because everything that I do, everything that I have learned, just about anything that I set forth in life right now, I've seen my mom do it. And because I've seen her do it, I know I can.
Gee, that's hard to beat. The mom situation. My Shiro, and I feel like I could just get in line because I feel like the world finds her amazing, is Michelle Obama. I had the pleasure of working with her under the Let Girls Learn initiative during her time in the White House, and I feel like she's my Shiro because you can't fake what she did and what she does. It has to come from an authentic place of love and care. And one of the times that we were working together, she was giving a speech and she talked about the importance of showing up where you're passionate. And I feel like that drives me every day to do work with Baltimore Girls Story and to just keep trying to move the needle for young women in our city and across the country.
I believe my superpower would have to be thought power. The reason why I choose thought power is because whatever I think in my mind, everything starts with a thought. So whatever I think about, I create it. So that to me, that's like superpower. You know, because a lot of times our thoughts, like, we think about so much stuff in one day. So to be able to focus on one thought and work towards that and bring it to life, yeah, that's powerful for me. So that's my superpower.
What's your superpower, Miss Diana?
I think my superpower is to be able to analyze a situation and to figure out what a need is and to fill that need. So to put that into perspective, when Yamika told me she wanted to start a Baltimore Girls Story, she said, I don't know how to do it. I said, okay, that's fine. We'll do the list, we'll do the emails, we'll contact the people, we'll get the venue, we'll set everything up so that we can do it. Just yesterday, one of my friends also came to me. He said he wanted to do a bus tour for a group of young men. It wound up being a national tour. Some really nice guys came out from New Orleans, and they got to meet a bunch of Black-owned businesses and entrepreneurs, and it was really huge because they'd never seen anything that powerful before. But he came to me and he said, hey Sarah, I have this idea. How am I going to do this? Let's do the proposal. So as soon as someone says something to me like that, I can figure out what it is, and I'm going to go straight to action.
All right, Stacey.
I have so many. No, just kidding. I think my superpower is passion and public speaking. So I feel like if I'm ever going to do a project or if I'm going to write something, whatever it is I'm doing, I have to do it with passion and purpose. Otherwise, it kind of falls flat and it's not authentically me. So, and it's nice to work with the Baltimore Girls Story because everything is in alignment with what I believe to be true. So the passion piece is very much in focus for me. Public speaking is something I've done in my career for a long time, and I love being able to use that tool to share what I know with the young women that we're seeking to serve. It's something that I feel is probably one of my strongest skills, and so those are my superpowers. So, Mika, if you could describe yourself in 3 words for people who are watching this video, what would you say?
I would say I'm optimistic, I am innovative, and I am strong. That's what I would have to say about myself.
I like that. Miss Sarah, same question for you.
I would say that I am motivated. I would say that I am passionate. And I would say that I'm very loving.
And Stacey?
You stole all mine. Those are my words and you stole them.
But
okay.
What are your 3 words? You can use them.
Okay. I would say I'm passionate. I would say I am innovative too. See? And then I would also say I am optimistic.
Yeah. And I just want to add resilient. Resilient is the word for me of this month. I've been using resilient a whole lot, and I really love all the other words behind resilient that leads up to being resilient. Yeah. So that's another word that I would have to say describe me.
I'm going to add one more too because you just inspired me to say that. I'm empathy. I'm an empathetic person. I think empathy is an important skill to have, and to be able to tune into that, because it helps you put yourself in someone else's place. And I think that helps me be a better person. Definitely.
So since we're adding words,
okay,
I'm going to add tactful.
Oh, that's good.
And I'm just going to go with that.
I believe young women and families in our community overall have a lot to say, especially our young people. Like, I believe they get overlooked because they're young, and I believe that, you know, they aren't able to really express themselves as much as they should be. There are a lot of young women in our community who want to be heard, you know, who want to make a difference and want to make a change. They want to be more, but they don't know how to go about that. And that's another reason what inspired me to start a Baltimore Girl Story, because I want our young women to be able to have access, and I want them to know and believe that, you know, whatever they, you know, thinking and whatever they want to do, that they can become it, they can do it, you know, and it all starts with a thought. So I believe that they should be heard. I definitely agree with, you know, whatever it is that they want to express is going to make a difference in our world overall, because that's what we're about. We're about creating and bringing resources to our community that's going to be concrete, that's going to stick. It's not just for the now, but it's going to be like forever.
We also understand too that if you can't see it, you can't be it, and that is something that we believe strongly at ABGS. And so in our programming, we try to put forth dynamic speakers who represent, you know, a lot of the aspirations that many of the girls that we serve seek to have in their own lives. And so we also want to create pathways, to Mika's point about access, access to college, access to jobs, access to becoming a more, you know, a confident person, access to life skills and training, and those are all things that we find to be very important. I think it's also really timely that we are sort of doing this good work in our community, because we are witnessing on a historical level the power of young people. Yesterday we saw a March for Our Lives, 800,000 people, many of them young people under the age of 18, who are taking to the streets to demand justice and to demand you know, that safety in schools. And so we saw that in the Women's March. We are seeing sort of a dynamic creative period of time for young people where they're taking back their power, and we want to be part of that.
That's right.
So and not just on a national level, but here in our city, where we, you know, they're living and they're working, and we want to see them thriving.
That's right.
I think another part that we also like to express to our girls is that we want to meet them where they are.
Yes.
We would not be doing any work. We would not be telling them to express their stories, to tell their stories, to help them overcome any challenge that we have not already done ourselves. All three of us here have been through different struggles, trials, and tribulations, and we're out here, we're proud, we're happy, we're strong, we're making sure that we do things for young women. And we want to make sure that we express to the young women that they can do whatever they want to.
And they're perfect the way they are.
They sure are.
Their stories are part of their fabric of their humanity and who they are as people, and we don't want to take that away or dress it up like something else, but we do want to empower them to feel good in the skin they're in. At ABGS, our wish for you is that you continue to be brave and bold.
And show up.
And to be excellent at being yourself.
That's our story. What's yours?